So how did you initially get into that market? Were you just backpacking one day and was like, I'm sick of this junky stuff, I'm going to design my own? How did that come about?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up an outdoorsman, I guess you could say. Like, I always spent a lot of time outside. I grew up in Richfield, so just up the road from here.
Yeah.
But not a whole lot in the backpacking space. It wasn't until I was in college here at SUU that I started to backpack, right? And I started to invest in what gear I could afford, I guess. So I bought like a decent backpack, and it blew me away how much better it was. And then I was like, man, I really need a new sleeping bag. My sleeping bag is 9 pounds and takes up my entire backpack. Like this isn't like gonna work.
One of those old quilted ones or something.
It was just like the big square ones. It's a 0 degree bag that really wasn't a 0 degree bag, but you thought it was because it said it on the label. And so like it became apparent I needed to upgrade a few pieces. And then when I upgraded those pieces, it just kind of like shattered me of like how much better the experience was. Like I had no idea that you could sleep warm outside. Like zero. Like dead of summer, I still was freezing cold outside, doing all the wrong things, sleeping on a cot with no pad underneath it. And, again, like taking sleeping bag ratings at face value. And so as I started to use better gear, and this wasn't even like the most premium gear. This was just like mid-tier, better stuff than Walmart has to offer.
Right.
And it shocked me so much that I'm like, man, I've got to figure out a way to bring this to the masses. If I do it direct to consumer, I import it directly. I think we could help a lot of people, and kind of, per se, like the initial tagline of the company was like opening the outdoors to everyone, right? Like get more people out there, have more enjoyable experiences, and try to avoid those conversations where you hear people like, oh yeah, I went backpacking one time, or I went camping one time and I froze and I'll never go again. And it's like, man, that's a lifetime of amazing adventures that are so critical in this like tech heavy world that you've written off because of a bad experience. And a lot of that, comes down to gear and expensive gear and things like that. So